I'm pushing it again. I didn't realize how late it was. So I've got about a half an hour, which isn't as bad as the other day. But I got about a half an hour to make it back to camp before the sun is gone. And all those wild animals I told you about come out to play. So yeah, I'm trying to hoof it back. I'm already hearing stuff in the woods on both sides. I'm scared. Good morning. I just wanted to show you how I start my morning off. Start by doing that. That's how I start my morning. Look at that. That's my front yard. Isn't it wonderful? And then the first thing I do is bring all the solar stuff out. I gotta hook it all up and start my coffee. System for the battery. I was having a hard time going through the door all the time and adjusting the wire every time and all that. And it was kind of in the way right here. So I did come up with something else when it was cold that day. So now I have it under the table. And what I'm about to do is hook up the solar panel outside. And then when I do that, I'm going to hook it up inside, which the wire is right there. And what I have it basically strung, I have it strung through the hole that is in my bench seat and underneath into this compartment, because on the outside, there's a compartment that locks. So I don't have to worry about anybody getting into it, basically. I'll show you as soon as I can get my keys off of here. Y'all know I'm really slow in the morning before coffee. So yeah, so basically with as much extra cord as I have, I can run it from that box that you see down here. Let me move this out of the way. So that box right there is the box that goes under my seat. And like I said, it locks. So basically what I do, open it up. I've got the cord all stored in here. There. And I'm going to set you up here. Hold on, give me 1 second. If you can see or not, I will check this inside. If not, I'll do it on a day that's not so bright. But basically, I take it out, plug it in, out here. Now, during the daytime, where I'm at right now, the sun usually stays on this side. So, for the most part, I can take most of this cord and shove it back where I took it from. And that's not only to not trip over it, but it's also because when I close this door, the attachment will be inside the door. So if somebody tries to steal it, they're not going to get very far because they're not going to be able to get this out the door. And it's attached to the actual solar panel. So it's kind of like a anti-theft thing. So the extra cord in there with that there. And I don't usually need to move this until way later on during the day when the sun moves around the camper. And I'll just adjust with each site. But yeah, there's a little gap there. Just enough of a gap where I can close this door. If I get it in just the right spot, I can close the door and I can still move the cord, so I know it's not pinching my cord. Yeah, and then after this, it's locked up. Nobody can steal it, and then go in and hook the rest up. So it'd be a little brighter in here for you. I know you can't see my face, but I wanted you to see this. So basically, this is what I do every morning. I have to move this because I have to put it by my bed to run the fan because the fan cord doesn't run this far. So I still have to move it. I'm thinking about getting like a miniature skateboard or something to put it on so it'll be easier to move. I know it probably sounds silly to some people, but when you have pain issues like I do and mornings are the worst, then it's really hard to move a battery like this. So basically I take the cap off first, put the cap on the cooler, I take my cord off from running the fan, that one, and it's got the DC outlet in it. And everything that I need is kind of cool with this battery box because everything that I use for this battery fits right in this little cubby hole right here. So I've got my inverter, which I plug in last. So basically you're supposed to, like I said before, plug in your solar panel first. Yeah, the other thing I don't really care for about this charge controller is that the cords for these are really super short, so you have to get it just right in order to make sure it stays, basically. So there's the positive, there's the negative, so the battery is hooked up. Now I'm going to hook up the solar cord from back here. Alright, so that's hooked up. That's done. So it's now getting charged from the solar panel. So I just usually just set that on there. And there are a couple of things that I wanted to charge. So now, in order to use the inverter, I just do the same thing. Hook up the positive. Make sure it's got a good connection. These clamps are not the best, so sometimes I have to finagle them a little bit in order to get them to hook right. And there's the negative. So as long as when I plug in the inverter it sounds good, then I'm hooked up right. Well, I know I'm hooked up right, but good connection, basically. And there's the little green indicator light that it's working. So I usually set that at like an angle right here. And I'm still kind of like working with stuff and trying to figure out what works best. I am figuring out a lot. Like that, for instance, maybe might work better. Yeah, that should work good. Alright, so now I will plug in my cords and charge the devices I need to charge. So I'm going to use the white one to charge this one because I think that it's not as good as the black cord. A lot of my cords are old. Yeah. So I'm going to plug that one into the AC outlet. This thing hasn't been working right. Like, I plug it into my phone to charge it, and it charges the phone, but it drops in charge just as faster than it's charging the damn phone. So I don't know what's going on with it, Chris. That's the one I got from Chris. And then I'll usually set them up in the cover for the battery box. I'm going to plug this one in directly. Now, this thing is amazing. I have to say, like, yeah, it kind of sucks as far as trying to jumpstart a car, but, and it takes forever to charge, but when it is charged up, it literally, like, charges things so fast and still has juice left. Like, I love this thing. I paid $50 for this because it was supposed to start up the car battery too. And like I said, it's never really worked right. Because right here, it has an attachment that comes with it, where you plug that in and it's got the clamps, and it's supposed to be able to start your car with it. And it's just never really worked. So yeah, I'm going to set that up here, and I just kind of check on them throughout the day and see how far they're charged. A lot of times when I have this set up, like, for instance, all I got to do is check under the table, so it's kind of convenient. It's out of the way. I know it's safe. And I know none of the cords are going to go anywhere. So, again, that is how I am keeping things powered up. I actually had my lantern plugged into it last night, and I'm probably going to do that again today. Yesterday. Not during the... Hold on. Like I said, I still haven't had coffee, guys. Bear with me. But yeah, I plugged in my lantern to the AC outlet yesterday while I was charging, and it was charging it all day. It ran so much better last night, and now I'm not so afraid to use it if I need it. So yeah, I am going to make coffee, let the Tylenol kick in, and then I'll get back to you. Oh, there's dudes out in a boat. Hold on, I'll show you. Cool, huh? This is a great fishing spot. I was watching the fish last night when the sun was going down, and they were all coming up out of the water and stuff. It was really cool. But yeah, this is my front yard. At least for the next couple of days. Alright. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, this keeps breaking on me. I keep fixing it, and it keeps breaking again, so I can't close it, because if you close it, it'll get all musty in there, so I'm just kind of letting it sit there for now. I can close it while I'm traveling, but when I'm not traveling, I have to open it, and I don't know, I'm going to have to find a different chain or something to put on there. So yeah, I'm going to start the shuffle, which means all of that stuff, the water has got to go. The water has got to go right there, like I showed you. I have to make my bed still, put the comforter or the sleeping bag away, put the other blanket away that I use every night. I still have to put all of these pillows back on there and clear off my table, and then I have to get the French press ready, get the Coleman stove out, and, do the normal thing. Like, if everything worked on this, I wouldn't have to do half of this stuff, and I wouldn't be this packed either, because I wouldn't need a cooler or anything else, but I can't use anything until I make sure that it's all safe. So that's what I'm doing in the meantime. Somebody asked me if I didn't like my Class C. I like my Class C, but I love my RV, but I would love it a lot more if I could actually use stuff that is in it that is the reason to get a RV, is for the convenience of the water and the sewer and the furnace and the battery with the electric and all that, and I can't use any of it. So, it's kind of frustrating. Yeah, so, I don't know. I did show you in that last video that I really want a road trek, and that's the other thing about RVs, is that you never really, it limits the possibilities of where you can camp at. I don't like that. I like the small RV. I like the being able to get out. You know, I like being able to stealth camp. I like being able to get into tight spots. And I could have gone into that canopy spot if I had my van or even a road trek. And I can't get into it with this. There's no way. Not to mention, I really can't afford an RV. I can't afford when things go wrong because everything with an RV, no matter how small, needs something special and somebody special to fix it because nobody else will work on it. And then when they do, they charge you a fortune because it's an RV. That doesn't happen with a van. And man, I mean, I miss my van. That's all I can say. All right, I'm going to get to this. It's already probably 10 minutes long. I don't want it to be too long. I just noticed that I didn't really video a lot other than the snake yesterday and the sunset. So I wanted to make sure that I, made a video of every day that I'm here. Yeah. And, oh yeah, and I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. I did my nails. 'Tis the season, right? Aren't they pretty? I had to fix, touch them up a little bit, but yeah, I did my toenails too. See? Again, I have to touch them up. They're not completely done, but I got them painted last night before the sun went down. So yeah. Alright, happy Halloween, and I'll see y'all soon. So I just left camp, headed to the site. It's 4 o'clock today, so I have at least until almost 7 before the sun goes down. Y'all, you won't believe the bees. I know where all the bees went in the world. They're all around my camper trying to get in. Seriously, I'm not even exaggerating. And they're getting in from every nook and crevice. It's ridiculous. I literally just had to escape because there were so many bees. I had to make a beeline for it. Literally. It's crazy. I've never seen so many bees in one spot in my life, and they all seem to be congregating around my RV. For some reason, something is attracting them to it. Maybe because I don't like them. Probably. So I'm on the trail. It's not bad. The bees are getting less and less the more I get into the woods, but they're still here, like that one right there. So I get the occasional bee, which they're still pretty bad for any area. But I can handle this, but the amount of bees around my RV is absolutely astonishing. So I'm going to go and I'm going to try and upload as many videos as I can before the sun is supposed to set, leaving myself a good 40 minutes at least to get back to the RV. And I hope that the bees aren't as bad as they were when I left. I would have videoed it, but I was editing and saving a video, so when I do that on my phone, I can't do anything else or I risk losing it. So yeah. I will get them though. I mean, plenty of other opportunities. It's been literally all day. I've been jumping up, killing bees every 5 minutes in my RV because they're getting in from everywhere. And they're just surrounding it. I mean, I'm literally getting attacked by bees. It's really bad. So, I heard some things in the woods on each side of me when I first started this walk, and now I'm good. And like I said before, it makes me feel better to talk to the camera. Even though I know you guys aren't really there live, still makes me feel better. So yeah, I am still probably about maybe a half-hour walk because I can pretty much see the hill that I got to go up right now. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. See you soon. And I can tell because look, more of those things I showed you before, like fruits, whatever. And they're on this vine up in this tree. See? Isn't that cool? I have no idea what they are. Maybe they're Brussels sprouts, but yeah, they're just kind of growing wild here. See that hill? That's where I'm headed. I don't go up right here though. There is an entrance, but there's an easier one up here more, right at the very top of the hill. But I go way up there where that big tree is. And that's how I'm uploading videos right now. Oh, here comes a car. Hold on. So, I'm now hoofing it back from the only place I can get service. Hold on. I did get to upload 3 videos for y'all and reply to some comments, but I'm sorry if I did not get to your comment yet. I will. Most of you know that I do always reply to my comments. I just have no service where I'm at. So what little time I had up there, I used it to upload and answer as many as I could. So if I haven't gotten to yours yet, don't worry. I'll get to it. I'm pushing it again. I didn't realize how late it was. So I've got about a half an hour, which isn't as bad as the other day. But I got about a half an hour to make it back to camp before the sun is gone. And all those wild animals I told you about come out to play. So yeah, I'm trying to hoof it back. I'm already hearing stuff in the woods on both sides. I'm scared. I'm hoping I'm making enough noise where they're not going to come near me. I can hear things in the bushes and the woods on both sides of me. Big things walking around back there. I'm definitely nervous. Ready to pull out my bat at a moment's notice. I got my siren. Hopefully that's all I have to do is pull the pin out of my siren, and hopefully it'll scare any wild animal away. I completely lost track of time. I'm hoping all I'm hearing is deer. Yeah, I'm really scared right now. I'm going to shut this off so I have both hands and I don't have a lot of juice left. So wish me luck. It also got cold really quickly. I didn't think it was going to get cold again. It was so hot today. So yeah, I'll turn this off. I'll let y'all know that I get back safe. And I'll see you soon.